Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to the Power Up Podcast. This is a weekly zombies podcast that we do every single week, me and my friend GRIZZ. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Really good, Greg. Excited about Zombie Chronicles.
Yeah, so speaking of Zombie Chronicles, this week we're going to be killing it with Zombie Chronicles. The entire episode is just going to be talking about it, things we can expect, things to expect, and also some details that we've been getting as well. So I'm definitely very excited and stoked for this episode. So starting it off, what do you think is like a really, I guess the thing you're excited about most for Zombie Chronicles?
Well, I think everybody was blown away with the new storyline that we got. We got a new timeline. We're going to talk about that later on, but the timeline revealed so much storyline, and I'm really excited about the radios coming up.
Yeah, there was kind of a question where JC said to Jason, like, is there a possibility that there's new radios? And he kind of made, like, a smirk, like, yeah. So I definitely think that we're going to get a lot of more storyline stuff. I mean, we got the timeline, so we know a ton of details, but I feel like they're leaving some intricate stuff out of the timeline, and it's more of a broad view of the storyline. I mean, there's a lot of detail in it, but I feel like the radios are going to include some more stuff that even adds more detail to some of the stuff that maybe we have never heard before.
Oh, yeah, and there's a ton of, like, our main characters have radios that they speak in. And we got all those leaks of the voice actors doing their, new versions of the lines. So It makes me think that the storyline on the radios are going to be remastered as well.
Yeah, I mean, we got the leak with the guy from Brazil doing some of the recordings for the moon radios in Portuguese, I believe. Yep. And they were different because the video that I saw on Twitter, it was like the original, and then it was that one, and it seemed way more energetic. And, they might be, ramping it up a little bit, which is kind of cool.
I think so. And I think they're going to try to definitely incorporate this new storyline wherever it's going to go. I think all 8 maps are going to somewhat be intertwined here. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I think that's kind of the vibe I'm feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's the maps that the original crew was on. So those were all the maps. They didn't have any maps that included a, different
side characters. Yeah.
No Transit, no Mob of the Dead, no Call of the Dead, no 5, obviously. So it's all just like main character maps. And I'm kind of thinking we're going to be seeing the 1.0 characters for most of these.
Yeah, I think so too. And a big part of that has got to be remastered Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm so pumped, dude. We have gone through these. We had a whole season on our YouTube channels where we went back and played all these old Easter eggs. And my God, dude, the remastered versions with new audio, I'm blown away.
Yeah, so let's just touch on what maps are actually going to be in it in case you guys are living under a rock and you don't know. The maps are going to be Noct, Verrucht, Shino Numa, and then we're going to go into Black Ops 1 with Kino, Moon, Shangri-La. And then lastly, we're going to be getting Origins, which is, I think that's 8, right?
That's 7.
Which one did I leave out?
Did you get Kino?
Ascension. I messed up.
Ascension?
Ascension's like one of my favorite maps, and I forgot it. Oh my gosh.
Alright, Ascension was the last one.
Yeah.
But 8 maps, dude. 8 maps. Yeah. That's more than the season pass.
Yeah, I'm still kind of in shock, to be honest, with all this. But like, out of those maps, the really maps that only have Easter eggs are Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and Origins. Those are like the 4 that have Easter eggs. So do you think they're gonna add in different and new Easter eggs? Because I feel like Kino, I know you like made a video about having like a small Easter egg where you could get power-ups and whatnot, but like, what if they actually added in like a full-fledged like small quest where maybe you can get a special weapon or things like that? Because I feel like they're definitely going to be changing some stuff, because we learned from the storyline, for example, that Shino Numa was controlled by Division 9, but back then, and even in the Black Ops 1, port for Shinonuma, there was no Division 9 at that time. We just learned about it from Zetsubou. So I feel like there might be some sort of side quest where maybe we can get the KT4 because they had it on Zetsubou. Like, I feel like there definitely could be some side quests that would be really interesting to see, and I think it'd be really cool if there's, you know, new weapons or special weapons that you can actually acquire from these maps.
So if we're going to think about the layout for a second, because these layouts got to be either the same, or do you think there's going to be like areas we can unlock through the Easter eggs? That would be cool, right?
Yeah, it'd be cool. I think it's pretty much going to be pretty much the same. I think there might be a little, maybe some tweaks that were problems from the older maps that don't transfer over to Black Ops 3 very well.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that it's pretty much going to be the same layout. I would assume most of the Easter eggs are going to be the same. You know, the moon rocks for the songs, things like that. You know, they're probably going to be exactly the same. Just better graphics, really.
Yeah, but I kind of hope some steps maybe are a little bit different.
Yeah,
maybe not a lot different, but graphically enhanced. I don't know. You know, even if things weren't the same and the few things were different, I think I'd still like that. Because we'd get stumped, you know?
Yeah.
The whole community would be there being like, how do we figure this out? But who's going to know where the community's all going to be at? Because everyone's going to be on every map at the same time if you're on PS4.
Yeah.
If you're on PS4. Because they do have the 30-day exclusivity deal. So the Xbox guys, unfortunately, do got to wait. I don't know why we're still doing that, but it's a thing, and it's still a thing. So we thought we should mention it.
Yeah, I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section on both of these videos what map you're going to play first. Because for me, it's still kind of up in the air. Like, I want to play Origins first, but I feel like everyone else is going to be playing that. So I kind of want to do, like, maybe Shangri-La or Moon. But then again, I kind of want to play Ascension as well. So it's kind of just one of those things, like, I don't really know what to play. And I feel like everyone is kind of in that same boat. You know?
Yeah. Even if I was going to answer that, I think I'd say deep down I want to say Origins, but I know another part of me is realistically wants to play probably Shangri-La.
Yeah, I just did the Easter egg the other day, and like that map is so beautiful already. Yeah. Even though it was made like 7 years ago or 6 years ago. So I think like the graphics, dude, are gonna be insane on that map. Like the waterfall and like everything.
The lighting's gonna be off the chain. Like I talked about this in a video recently. The graphical changes that are gonna be happening because it's all designed for the next gen platform. So the Xbox 360, it's not limited to that 6.8 gigabyte disc or whatever. Now opened up to 50 gigabytes. So it's got the Blu-ray format. And man, that opens up a whole new realm that they can explore and actually complete these maps. Maybe they weren't complete before, you know? When you go in theater mode on Origins, you see, like, if you go far enough out and glitch out of the map, you can really see what the map looks like, and it's not a complete map.
Yeah.
And Jason talked about that. I don't remember how he said it, really, but it's like you see something and it makes you feel like you saw the whole thing.
Yeah, it was like smoke and mirrors is what they used in order to make it feel like you were really there. But now with the, you know, improved graphics, they can really play with that and, you know, add a lot more depth to everything, which is cool.
You know that round 50 monster we saw in Zetsubou? Do you think they'll add anything crazy like that for high rounders?
There's a possibility for sure. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Like, now that they've announced that they've been working on this for a long time, I mean, I really am hoping there's going to be some new things added in there. And I'd really like to see, like, you know how, like, on some maps, how there's specific ciphers? Like, I feel like they would change that. And,
that would
make them different. Because, like, the scraps of paper we had on Origins, when you found all of them, it made the premise picture that we got at the end of Revelations.
We would get new pictures.
Yeah, there might be a new picture. Also, there's a cipher that's in the middle building connecting generators 2 and 3. There's like a thing that if you shoot a poster that's like in that room, it opens up and there's a cipher that you can only see with a sniper. So it might be cool if they like change that up. There's definitely like so many possibilities.
Made me think of something just for a second. This is their love, passion, whatever they want to call it, for the community, and this also might be a good chance for them to incorporate teasers for their next game as well. So that might be something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. I know Jason did say that on Revelations there was going to be some, which is interesting, definitely, to hear about. I think this was included within the 18 months.
Yeah, this whole cycle here was part of the plan, the master plan.
Yeah, but we just didn't know the whole time, so we thought Revelations was, the big thing, but it wasn't.
It's funny that he said it was written on that paper, too. I didn't try to zoom in to try and read it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did, really. You couldn't really see, because he kind of blocked it with his hands anyway. But, next, let's talk about the Zombies timeline. So, I mean, this thing is huge, man. It has all the storylines, all the different fractures that were important. It has, the storyline following the characters. We have the 1.0 characters, the 2.0 characters. We have Richtofen, what he did between the time when working, like getting the Chronorium, how he got it, the transit crew. It's extremely detailed, and it had so many cool things. Like, we got the backstory for a lot of different characters. My personal favorite was probably Leroy, learning that he was on Drak. I mean, I was just astonished at that they actually released that for us. Because
that part of the storyline was great. I'm so glad we learned that.
It answered so many questions that we had always been wondering. Like, Yuri is the Pentagon thief. Like, what?
Yeah,
I mean, like, it's just crazy.
We never saw
stuff.
him, though. Really. We only heard about him.
Exactly.
Kind of, but the fact that we actually did see him, because I always wondered who the Pentagon thief was, I always thought, maybe, is that Gersh? Is he trapped there? I always thought that maybe he was being punished by Samantha, and that might have been him. And I was always confused on who he was exactly, but he's Yuri.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy, dude. So interesting.
The timeline, what was I going to say?
There's just so much, like, storyline stuff, man. Like, we learned that there was a laboratory under Alcatraz that Richtofen had the Illuminati's help to build.
Right? And
like that's Black Ops 1 crazy stuff, Yeah,
that trails back to the roots, and the comic is coming to a close as well, and this all ties in. The comic as well is going to tie in here, and we figured out how it actually ends, and he acquires the blood vials from the undead Richtofen before he gets to Chronorium. But we're going to see that be played out in this comic. I think that's how the last comic's going to happen. It's going to fill in that gap as to exactly how the blood vials were given to Richtofen.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool to see.
So that's coming.
Yeah.
I don't have a date, though, for the last comic. I'm not sure when that's releasing.
I think the last one's in, like, August, maybe?
Okay. Because I think the 5th one is just about to release, or I don't think it's released yet, has it? The 5th one's just about to release.
Yeah, I think it's coming later this month or next month. It's one
so the 6th one has some time yet before it comes out. So I think we'll see DLC 5 before the last comic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're not going to release it for the next 2 weeks, I don't think.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we might be getting the 5th comic the day after.
That's true.
Because they always release them on Wednesdays. So.
Yep. That makes so much sense. And, I guess the next topic we're going to talk about are the ending cutscenes. I mean, the ending cutscenes, guys, there's going to be ending cutscenes after these Easter eggs, or at least we hope. I guess we can't just assume it's going to be there, but it's remastered. Everything's remastered. We got new audio. Who's to say they haven't actually digitally animated some cutscenes for us?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this is going to play out, because they wanted to do justice with, like, each of the maps, but I don't really know what they could really do. Because, like, for example, on, like, Moon, we were left at a huge cliffhanger. Like, no one knew what happened to the characters at all. So I think it would be cool to show maybe specific parts of the Earth being blown up and shifted. You know, like a bomb landing on Nuketown, and, you know, like, that would just be really cool to see from our perspective, like a top view of just, like, different maps that we've played just being blown up. Like, that'd be really cool to see.
Even the maps that didn't have Easter eggs, even if they had cutscenes, what would they be, you know?
Yeah, and, like, even, like, they could change the Origins one, too. Like, instead of just Samantha and Eddie playing, maybe it could be the other 4 characters. Or, you know, change it a little bit. It's really interesting to see, man. And they probably are going to buff the graphics on that, too, making it even better than it was.
I just don't know, man. And then there's these leaks of the Stabs returning, and I think the Stabs will return. I don't know why they wouldn't, you know, the 1.0 Stabs. I think we're going to be able to build them again the same way. But I think the storyline implications with Samantha is going to be insane. Is she back?
I think they're just sticking to the traditional roots of the base of the maps, where she was stuck in the MPD after Doris.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's still up in the air. Like, is Verructon gonna be as scary as it was back then? Like, you know, there has a lot of questions that
so true.
still haven't been answered.
I'm praying that they hired her back as, like, a voice actress, and she just went hard, just went ham on those lines, and made it scary.
Yeah. We'll have to wait
and
see.
That's what I want. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we did have on Origins, remember, it was like 2 versions of the trailer. Yeah. They released one like a week before, and it was like the scary Samantha.
Right.
And then it was like just regular Samantha. So that's definitely like another thing up in the air as well. And, I mean, with all of this, there is questions like, will they change things? Because I know, for example, in like Shangri-La, the person that picks up the focusing stone gets all the perks, but no one else does. Like, are those going to be something that everyone's going to get when someone picks it up?
Good thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that's something to think about. I know, like, it's definitely cool that they're incorporating this, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do. And is PhD going to be replaced with Widow's Wine? I mean, we're still guessing at this point, which is kind of cool. Do you think there's going to be like a super Easter egg though that goes through all the maps?
You know, it's hard to say. And do we have the goldenrod already? You know, since Call of the Dead isn't being remastered, I think that's a good question. I think the super Easter egg is something that could happen, but do we got to collect items along the way? Have there been certain items placed in these maps? Maybe ones of the pictures that we saw, you know, the ones that were DM'd by Treyarch. Are those hints as to things we need to pick up? I mean, we're not going to pick up a whole Mob of the Dead plane, I know that, but
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it flying over any of the maps.
I wouldn't either. You know, I'm still in the back of my head. It's screaming either we're going to see Mob of the Dead somehow coming soon or in the next game. I'm leaning towards the next game.
Well, the thing about it is, though, like, in the timeline, it talks about them dying completely.
Really? Okay.
So, as much as I would love that, I don't see it happening. But, I mean, you never know, to be honest.
True.
I think they have to do something cool with this to make it a super Easter egg. Like, they just need to do something.
Will it end on Origins? Super Easter egg.
I don't know.
We also got Moon. And Moon was epic.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's so up in the air. By the way, Moon's going to be freaking awesome. We think of where we're spawning. That's going to look amazing, just the spawn room. And then we're going to teleport to the moon. I'm just excited to see how that's remastered, too.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool to see. I know there was like a little video on like Instagram that had Moon in the background. It looked a little different, which was cool.
Yep. And we don't have the 2-hit system anymore. So it's going to be really refreshing, because that was challenging. I've gone back and played Origins quite a few times lately, and it's challenging. It is if you're so used to Black Ops 3.
Exactly. That's why I think it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people that started in Black Ops 3. I mean, they're going to know how to play, and obviously the Gobblegums are going to help a lot too, but...
You think it's still going to be 2 hits?
No, it's not, but people just won't know the map. Like, I feel like Moon is a very hard map to learn.
Yeah.
It's not, like, it's very annoying.
Especially, learn about that hacking device, people. Learn about that hacking device.
Yeah, it will. It's so good.
It is.
But yeah, man, like, I don't even know. Like, the spaceman's gonna be a pain in the butt.
Oh, I hope they generate.
Imagine if you use like a perkaholic and he steals your jug.
Dude.
And then you can't get jug again. Like.
What about Wonder Fizz though? You think they're gonna incorporate Wonder Fizz?
Not into Moon, I don't think. I think they're just going to stick with the same perks that they've had. Like, I definitely think, like, Ascension's probably not going to have double tap. I think they're going to keep it similar, but maybe replace PhD with Widow's Wine.
Okay.
I mean, that's what everyone's kind of expecting anyways, so I wouldn't be surprised.
PhD Slider? Question mark. They bought the rights from Mad Gas. Is that true?
Not that I know of.
Mad Gas put that on his Twitter. I don't know if it was a troll that they actually purchased the rights from him for Banana Colada.
Yeah, it's definitely a troll.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Just thought I'd throw it out there because I was questioning it even.
So now that we're like pretty much through the meat of the like things we're talking about, let's talk about like maybe the price.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think it's gonna cost?
So we have the traditional season pass. Season pass goes for $50, right? When you say $49.99, and that includes your base, not really your base map. So 4 maps, 4 zombies maps, but we're going to take into consideration that all the multiplayer maps have been changed into zombies maps. I think you'd still have more multiplayer maps left over than 8. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think we're going to aim for anywhere between $30 to $40.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm thinking more around 40 would be a good price because they did charge like I think it was $5 for the giant to buy it separately.
Okay.
So if you figure they charge $5 for every map,
per map,
maybe 40.
Okay.
It could be 50. I'm leaning more towards like 30 to 40 though.
Yeah. I think that's fair too.
Yeah, imagine if they just did it for free. I know that would never happen, but like the love for Treyarch would be so real.
They'd have to just to make money. They'd have to have an alternative. I think they would add customization in grief mode. They'd have to in order to make stuff.
That's another thing to think about. Are they going to add in grief?
Grief? There's no transit.
Dude, imagine grief on Noct.
That'd be nuts.
That would be crazy.
First, it's a fight for the sniper rifle. Whoever can get there first. Upstairs.
I wonder what it will be. Will it be a Draken or will it be a SVU? Or
yeah,
SVG?
if they changed it, oh, that'd be sick. It was a different sniper each time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Knock, I mean, I hope they go all out, and I'd like to see Knock not traditional per se. I'd like a little more area, I guess. Maybe a new room.
Yeah, I mean, they had like the other area opened up on Revelations.
Let us just go outside around and actually use that area. You know what I'm saying? That'd be awesome. They let us go outside and we weren't trapped just in the building. You had to unlock your way to the outside too. You could run around.
Yeah, that would be cool. I feel like people would be okay with that too, because no one really wants Knocked. Let's be real here.
Yeah, like, I mean, when he said that and everyone was all proud, I'm like, guys, it's Knocked. Come on.
Yeah. Like,
again.
For the fourth time, because we got it on transit too.
Oh yeah, you got to count that. I mean, I was actually pumped during transit to go out there and see that. I remember when that was first discovered. and I wanted to just go out there and see it. But man, did you have to go through some work to get there?
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt because that's like one of the jet gun pieces is in there.
Mm-hmm. And all those denizens, man. If you ain't got Galvies, Galvanuckles? Question mark? Hashtag Galvy?
I doubt it.
Oh, come on. I need some Galvies in my life. That would be sick, dude. Every map, Galvanuckles.
I mean, they'll definitely have the Bowie knife. Will Ascension have the sickle?
Sickle. Nice. Maybe. That'd be wicked.
That'd be cool. For sure.
Hopefully it's stronger than Takeya's katana.
They could have time trial stuff too, maybe. But
that'd be cool.
What do you? What time do you think it's gonna get released? Because I know they've done a bunch of different things in the past. Revelations came out in the afternoon. Some of the other DLCs came out at 3 a.m. Eastern time, so 12 Pacific. Infinite Warfare's doing where they release it at 12 Eastern time. So I would like to see that personally.
Talking PM or AM?
AM.
AM. Okay, so right in the morning. I'm hoping for that, but I wouldn't mind like a 10 p.m. the night before or 11 p.m. the night before it coming out. But
yeah.
I think we gotta also prepare for it to come out later in the morning. It might be a 4 or 5 a.m. deal if you're in the middle of the United States, but it might even be later than that.
Yeah,
it's tough to say at this point. It is. It's a whole new experience. Never had a DLC 5 before. So you're all experiencing it with us.
Yeah, and we're gonna be able to download it early.
Yeah, pre-downloads will happen.
So that will tell us what time exactly.
Imagine the size of that file. I'm gonna have to delete some stuff.
It's gonna be like at probably 60 gigs, dude.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be about as big as the game itself.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to delete pretty much all my games off my PS4. I don't even think I have 60 gigs left.
Dang, dude. Alright, yeah. I'm going to try to look and see if I got enough room too, but I'd say 60 gigs is what you guys got to aim for space.
Is it
going to be a big file.
Is it time to uninstall Infinite Warfare? No, I'll probably uninstall.
Not yet.
I'll probably uninstall like Ghosts or something. I don't even know what I have on my PS4 to be honest.
Yeah, get rid of Ghosts.
Battlefield, I think I got. We'll see. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all the topics that we wanted to discuss this week. So if you did enjoy, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new. Check out GRIZZ if you're on my channel, vice versa. And any last words you want to talk about?
Just stay tuned on our channels. There's going to be a lot more news dropping in the next 2 weeks, and DLC 5 is real. We're all right.
Yeah, also on Monday, they're going to be having another thing with a trailer, most likely. So
that's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
On Treyarch's channel.
Yep. So it's going to be exciting for sure. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you
guys next week.
Peace out.
Yeah.